Hello, Michael Tillinger here. Just with a few thoughts about the One Small Town initiative. First of all, how do you know if something is a fraud or a scam or a Ponzi scheme or somebody trying to, lead you down a garden path of lies and deceptions? Well, the first thing anybody would do is go and do some research. And that's what I always recommend anybody that finds the One Small Town initiative and discovers us. Go and do your research. And you'll find very quickly that we go back almost 2 decades now. When I started to talk about the Ubuntu movement, about the origins of money, about how we're all enslaved by the socio-economic system, and how that evolved into the Ubuntu philosophy and went into politics, and slowly but surely realized that politics isn't the route to go, that we need to get away from politics because politics is a confrontational tool. It creates opposition parties that oppose each other, and the Ubuntu movement is exactly the opposite. It tries to unite people and so forth. And out of that then evolved the One Small Town initiative, where people in small towns work together, cooperate and collaborate for the greatest good of everyone in the community. So for anyone that discovers the One Small Town initiative or the Ubuntu movement and sees my lectures online, please go and do your research, do your homework. Because every now and then we find people that attend our meetings that have not really been informed about who we are, where we come from, and how long we've been building this movement. They come to a meeting with preconceived ideas and their own image of what the world should be like, and possibly some of their own ideas and solutions of what we should be doing. And then when they hear the One Small Town initiative, there are various reactions. Some people get it, some people love it, they embrace it, they want it, they understand that it's a way for us to unite, to create prosperity and abundance and a beautiful utopian future for all of us, because the One Small Town initiative serves everyone. But that's one group of people. Then there are others that sort of get it, they like the idea, but they want to go away and research it and do a bit more background checks. And that's wonderful, and I welcome that always, and we should always welcome that. And then there are a few, very small number of people, a small minority percentage of people that come to our meetings or our events with a preconceived idea that we're an evil group of people and that we are a bunch of scam artists and so forth. And they then go out of their way to try and do us harm, to try and undermine the Ubuntu movement or the One Small Town initiative, and to try and undermine the philosophy, and they just do not want to hear the message and they're not interested. And then after the events, after our events and so forth, they go away in rage and send out messages and start campaigns. And let me tell you what, I'm not a stranger to this. I've been exposed to this for about 15 years now. So when people do that, I feel a deep sadness, because I can see that they're doing it from their own personal perspective of a lack of information, a lack of comprehension. They haven't embraced the philosophy, they haven't done their own research, they haven't asked questions, they just jump to conclusions and become what I sometimes call armchair critics. And armchair critics can be very, very dangerous for a movement. So I would like to go through some questions that are raised after a recent event we had in the UK, where we had close to 250 people that came to the event to launch our first One Small Town in England. It was a very powerful event, but it had a mixed number of people that came from various groups, not always from a background of being One Small Town members or One Small Town supporters. So many of the people, well, I say not many, some of the people that came there came with very, very little knowledge about what One Small Town is, and then jump to their own conclusions. So I'd like to go through some of the accusations and criticism that were raised by one such individual, and it's always one individual that really goes out there and sometimes goes rampant on a rampant raging attack on either me because I'm the messenger, or the initiative, or the One Small Town philosophy, or what we do and how we do it and so forth. Again, because they don't have enough information. So I'm going to read you now this viral email. Well, it's not viral at all, actually. It's just an email that was sent out by somebody that attended our English meeting in England, in the south of England, that was incredibly positive and will lead to the launch of the first One Small Town in England. So I'm going to read to you what this person what this person wrote and then address each of the points, just to show you how dangerous it is for people with not enough information or with a lack of knowledge and information about what One Small Town is, what we represent, and how it works. How dangerous it is for armchair critics to do this kind of thing, because they have done no damage, and they will do no damage to One Small Town, because we have almost a 2-decade track record, and it's growing exponentially. So I'm going to read out this email just to show you how dangerous it is for people to go on a rampage and send out emails because of a lack of information, a lack of knowledge, and show you that when they reach these conclusions, it's really just a lack of knowledge, lack of information, and they have not done their homework. So let me read this out to you. I'm not going to mention the person's name, but this is what she wrote. I know many of you want and supported the One Small Town meeting in England. I was shocked and saddened when I listened to the recording of this event. So it sounds like this woman wasn't even at the event. She listened to the recording. So she wasn't part of the interaction, the debate, and so forth. Sadly, One Small Town is not a grassroots movement, more an instrument of stakeholders' capitalism. Whoa! Anybody that knows me and my campaign against the banks and against the global elite and the banking elite will know that any statement of that nature is so far removed from reality. It's just like shouldn't even be in the same room as me, or in anywhere close to where I reside, or what I represent, and the philosophy and the mindset that I'm in. So I'm probably one of the most vocal and outspoken critics of cold, hardcore capitalism. But I'm also at the same time a very outspoken proponent of using the tools of enslavement as tools of liberation, because I know that you cannot attack the system, because the system was created to destroy everyone and everything that attacks it. So it's really important to make that connection. So we can't attack the political system, we can't attack the legal system, we can't attack the financial system, which drives and supports all of this economic slavery that we're all trapped in. Okay, but we need to use those tools to help us create a new system that'll slowly but surely, or quite rapidly, possibly and hopefully, make the old slavery system obsolete. So to say that it is more an instrument of stakeholder capitalism is very far off the track. And you will understand by the end of this video and answering the questions or these allegations made here. It works on smart contracts. Yes, we do work with smart contracts. We work because we work with blockchains and our own internal membership reward systems. And for that, we need smart contracts. And anyone who has a problem with smart contracts has a problem with technology that can really help humanity. If you don't understand that, please go and do some more research and then look how One Small Town uses smart contracts to help benefit not only members of individual small towns, but the members of small town communities around the entire world, and connects those small towns to all the other members around the world, so that we foster a global community of sharing of information, know-how, technology, and systems, so that we benefit and help benefit each other from one small town to another. Without these systems, without using technology and IT platforms and blockchains and smart contracts, this is impossible. You cannot manage it without these systems. So it works on smart contracts with investors and stakeholders creaming off profits of communities where the people pledge their time for free. Now, again, that is purely just jumping to conclusion because somebody watched the video not understanding the context or the foundation and the reason why we contribute 3 hours a week. Every member of One Small Town does one thing. Every member pledges to contribute 3 hours a week towards uplifting their community, or working and contributing 3 hours a week towards our businesses, the businesses that we as a community start, businesses that we own, that belong to us, the members of our community. We're not pledging free labor for capitalists or corporations. We're not pledging free anything. We're pledging to work together, to cooperate, to collaborate, and each of us contributes the same amount of time towards uplifting, beautifying, and improving our communities and making our businesses that we are majority shareholders of as successful and as profitable as we can. What happens to those profits? Those profits come back to us, the owners of those businesses, the members of our community, and the members of One Small Town that started those businesses. Right? This is very important. So understand that this accusation comes from a complete lack of knowledge or comprehension of what One Small Town is, how it works, and how it is a contributionism system where people contribute their skills and talents towards the benefit of their community. So nobody pledges anything for free. It is part of your membership contribution and your membership pledge. And that the 3 hours a week that we all contribute turns our town and turns our community into a powerful, united labor force. That's where the power lies. Imagine a town of 10,000 people where each one of us contributes 3 hours a week, remember, towards our businesses, not somebody else's businesses. These are our businesses that we started. Some of the businesses, yes, will be funded by external investors, but those investors will only ever own 30% of those businesses. They can never own more than 30%. That's how the entire One Small Town structure has been put together, so that the majority of ownership of all the businesses we start always reside and remain with the community, with the members of One Small Town. Very important. So clearly this person that wrote this email has no idea, has not done their homework, has not gone to look at how we work, just gone off on a knee-jerk reaction, armchair reaction, to try and undermine what we're doing and what we've created over nearly 2 decades. A very powerful, united, integrated community development plan that unites people and creates prosperity and abundance, not just for the people at the moment, but for the children and future generations to come. Okay, let's carry on reading this. It says that the stakeholders, investors make the money. Again, I've already explained, absolutely incorrect assumption and conclusion. The stakeholders make the money, yes. So if there are investors in the businesses that we start in One Small Town, the stakeholders or the investors will only ever own 30% of those businesses. That's the maximum. But if we as a community find the investments or the funds ourselves that start the businesses for ourselves, that means that we own 90% of those businesses. 10% is retained for the One Small Town office in that specific town, and a portion of that is distributed up to the One Small Town office in the country, and another portion of that 10% is distributed to the One Small Town international office, because our offices cannot survive if our businesses don't make profit. So what have I just shared with you? I've shared with you that the One Small Town initiative is a bottom-up initiative. If our businesses don't work, if the One Small Town isn't successful, the One Small Town offices cannot survive. Not top down, not management top down. It comes from the people. The people make the successful businesses, make the profits, and then keep their One Small Town offices alive with the profits that they make. And that's why we retain 10% for the One Small Town office. Very important to remember that. And that, remember, there are 3 One Small Town offices. There's the town office, there's the country office, and there's the international office that manages the platform and manages the general focus and direction of the One Small Town strategy for the world. And that strategy is dictated to by the people of the small towns. But the implementation of One Small Town at the moment, while we're launching it, comes from the One Small Town International Office. It has to come from somewhere. And that office is here with me in South Africa. Right, let's carry on. It talks about, it's a form of digital serfdom. A form of digital serfdom by Tillinger's own admission. I don't know where this woman gets this from. Digital serfdom, it's got nothing to do with that. It's members, willing members that join One Small Town. No one is forced to join it. people join One Small Town by choice because they believe that it's a solution for the crazy world we live in and provides a solution for a beautiful future for ourselves and our children. So it's got nothing to do with digital serfdom. It works with smart contracts and has an ESG score. I don't know what this woman is talking about, ESG score. There's nothing to do with that, and abides by the UN Charter. We have nothing to do with the UN. In fact, anyone that knows me and knows the path that I've traveled, how vocal I have been against such groups, organizations like the UN, like the World Economic Forum, like our governments, and any globalist organization, including the central banks and so forth. So I'm afraid, lady, whoever you are, unfortunately, you have just become, another armchair critic. I send you love, and I'm grateful that you sent this email out. I hope that you're going to go and watch the videos. Go to the One Small Town website, watch our Q&A videos, inform yourself, and understand that there are very few, if any, solutions for this insane world we live in. One Small Town is, at the moment, most likely the only solution we have. And I say that with love in my heart for the millions of initiatives that are out there, that are run by people with absolutely beautiful hearts, with beautiful intentions, and are doing incredible work for their communities. Whether it's whether they're charitable organizations, non-profit organizations, and so forth. I say that with love in my heart because there are so many groups doing that. However, they are all doing it in isolation, all doing it often under a charitable kind of situation, which is a problem because charity is actually part of the problem. Charity just breeds entitlement and it breeds dependency. We need to move from charity to giving the people around the world, especially in impoverished countries, not a handout but a hand up. And this is what One Small Town has done. It has created a platform, an incredibly secure, centralized, powerful platform that allows members of One Small Town to become part of this and be able to interact with each other, share knowledge, share know-how, share technology with every other member of One Small Town and small towns around the world. And then finally, it says that it is also a for-profit corporation registered in South Africa. Now, anyone that has been following me in One Small Town, even Ubuntu Planet for many years, can go and check on our website and see the registration documents of our company and see very clearly that we are registered as a non-profit company. Both Ubuntu Planet and One Small Town are both non-profit companies. So to make such statements and send them out is a malicious attack on the One Small Town movement, our integrity, and what we stand for. So before anybody goes out there and makes up their own ideas and conclusions, I urge you, go and look at our website, watch the videos, watch the historic videos. There are dozens and dozens of videos I've done over the years. Learn about who we are, where we've come from, what we represent as the One Small Town movement. One Small Town is open to everyone and anyone in every country, in every town, from any background, religion, color, or creed. Everyone is always welcome. The only common denominator is we're doing it together, we're doing it united, we all contribute equally towards the well-being of our communities, and we all benefit equally because the products, the produce, and the benefits and the profits that we create ourselves in the One Small Town initiatives, whether it's the food we grow, the technology we manufacture, or the profits we make from our businesses, as many businesses as possible, are all shared equally among the One Small Town members in each town. It is a completely transparent system. The IT and blockchain platform that we have built and continue building and growing and strengthening, that platform makes it totally transparent to all the members of every One Small Town, so they can see how well their businesses are doing, how much profit is being made, how much does it cost to run that business, etc., and how much profit will be distributed to me as a member from all the businesses collectively every month. So I hope I've addressed some of these questions that may have arisen in people's minds. And to all the armchair critics out there that shoot from the hip before you go and do your own research. We send you love, and go and discover One Small Town and realize that it is a beautiful solution for this crazy world we find ourselves in. Not just for yourself, but especially for your children. Until next time, this is Michael Tellinger. Bye for now.